Hi, welcome back. Happy October. And I just want to say before I even get into this video, thank you so much for all of the kind comments and feedback on my last video. I did not expect this amazing response that I got since yesterday when I uploaded the video. So many of you have just been saying so many nice things about the challenge, positive experiences that you had with the low calorie density 30-day challenge. Many of you expressing that you really like this more casual chat kind of tea time video. So I thought I would do another one today and share with you my personal challenge for this upcoming month of October. And you know, the last challenge, the 30-day challenge for September was low calorie density. But for me personally, I had already been doing that for almost a year. So it was more me encouraging and helping other people who wanted to do the same. But this month I have a personal challenge, something that I actually really want to work on. And so if you want to follow along, then you can do that with me as well. I'll be sharing on Instagram to kind of keep myself accountable. So what my personal challenge is waking up at 5 a.m. This is something that I used to do all the time, like for years. And I'm naturally an early bird. So I still wake up early. Sorry, just one sec. Okay. So I have always woken up early, but I found that over the past half a year, it's been a little bit later, a little bit later, a little bit later. And I've kind of been getting up around like 6:30-ish, which I know is still early. But for me personally, I found that I am the most productive and most creative in those early morning hours. And because I've been doing so much one-on-one coaching, my coaching calls were almost always 1 hour long. So as I've been getting, busier with that, which I'm super grateful for and I'm really enjoying it, I'm finding that the bulk of my workday hours are filled up with that. And so in order to do a lot of the other creative work I want to do, like continuing to work on this meal plan that I'm working on. I want to start blogging more and sharing more on my website and some other projects. I need some uninterrupted time because I am someone who I can't work well with a lot of with TV on in the background or, people calling me, texting me. I get super distracted and I work best in complete silence. So those precious early morning hours are really important for me. So I'm going to try to get myself back in the habit of getting up at 5 a.m. Actually, this morning I set my alarm for 4:50 so that I was officially up and getting ready by 5 to give myself kind of a little grace period. And I'm really excited about it. Today it went really well. I mean, I kind of went easy on myself. I didn't expect myself to, be working by 5 a.m. So I did go on a little morning walk. I wrote a blog post, which, just a simple little blog post about this challenge of the month. And I put that up on my website. And I'm just kind of getting the ball rolling with early morning, getting used to those super early mornings again. And something that I recommend doing if you're doing your own challenge, maybe for you it's going to be, you want to drink more water this month, or you want to go to bed earlier or write a page a day. Something that has always prevented me from sticking with things is my perfectionism. So feeling like I have to go all in, and day 1, I will do an A+ perfect job, and day 2 and maybe day 3. And then if I don't do a perfect job, day 4 or day 5, I just quit. And I think, I'll just wait until I can do a perfect job and then I'll start over one day. And I'm not going to do that this time. So that's why my normal tendency would be to write myself a huge to-do list for 5 a.m. and say I want to get all of this done between 5 and 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I didn't do that today. I said, just getting myself out of bed at that time is good enough. And I'm happy that I wrote a blog post at that time. I actually wrote out some recipes that I want to try making today to potentially go in my meal plan. And so I wrote them out on a little note card. And it felt nice just to have one day that I could check off and say, okay, I did it this morning. And so I'm going to be sharing every morning on Instagram, I'm going to put something up at 5 a.m., even if it's just a quote or, a quick little Instagram stories to say, yes, I'm up, I'm awake, I'm dressed. And so I'm going to do that to keep myself accountable, and also to, if you're interested in getting up early, then we can kind of do this together. And maybe your time is 6 a.m. or maybe you already get up at 5 and you need even more time in the morning, then get up at 4 a.m. But I did write some notes on a little note card that I wanted to share with you. And so one of the things that I actually wrote down some reasons to remind myself of why I'm doing this. So one of the things is it gives me a feeling of structure to my day. That's something that I haven't really been feeling as much, and I really don't like that feeling when I feel like my day is running me. I like that feeling of that consistency of knowing that, every morning I get up at this time and this is my morning routine, this is what I do. And I find that how your first hour of your day goes tends to be how it continues on, if that makes sense. So if I start my morning off where I've got my outfit planned the night before, I put it on, I know what I'm doing, I feel like I'm getting into the flow of the day really early on, it just sets me up for success that day. And it's just something that feels good to me. Another thing which I did share is that I find that when I'm doing creative work, my ideas flow so much in the morning. I think maybe because I haven't been on social media, I haven't seen the news, I haven't had any conversations yet or anything else that's kind of in my mind, cluttering up my mind. I find that ideas, like even ideas of videos to make or, anything, just so many ideas flow to me. And I find that even if I'm writing out my thoughts on a piece of paper early in the morning, it just flows. I think of so many different things, and I have this kind of energy and vibe in the morning that I just don't in the evenings. And I know some people are the opposite and they kind of come alive at night, but at night I am like groggy and the least creative, and I don't want to have a deep conversation. I am just like, most of my juice of that day is gone after like 4 p.m. So I just figure if I can get to bed a bit earlier and give myself more of that time in the morning where I do feel most creative and most energetic, then it's going to benefit me. And so that's something else I am focusing on. Okay, and so then I wrote down some tips that I'm gonna try to do in order to stick with this. So one of the things which I did show on Instagram is prepping for the morning the night before. So this includes clearing off my desk. I have like a little checklist that I'm going to look at every night. So clearing off my desk, making sure that there's no paper clutter or, mugs from the day before, water glasses, anything. Like I personally get very easily distracted, and there's something really fresh and peaceful about having just a clear desk with nothing on it but my laptop and maybe like a pad of paper and a pen. It just feels inviting and it feels like a fresh new day, and I can start out with clear thoughts. I'm very affected by what I see visually. I know a lot of people can work well with having like a creative mess and having stuff everywhere. But for me, I get so distracted. So I need to turn my phone down so that I don't, it doesn't light up and show me text messages and Instagram and all this. I have to really take these extra steps in order to get myself to do the work that I want to do. So that's one thing that I do to prep. Another thing that I've been starting to do is prepping my outfit, and this includes even steaming my clothes, just taking the little step. Whenever I prep something, it just makes me feel better. And it's just, I think it's a psychological thing. It just, obviously I could go into my closet in the morning and just pick out an outfit. It wouldn't take that long, but there's just something nice knowing that it's ready for me in the morning and I've already done that work. And anything that you can do to make your day a little bit better, especially if it doesn't take that much effort, why not do that? That's kind of my mindset around it. And so I'm really noticing the difference it can make to do tiny little actions in advance and how it really makes you feel. And so I do the same with my breakfast. I will prep whatever, you know, if I'm making a smoothie the next day, I'll get that ready in the fridge, get what I need ready. If I'm gonna make oatmeal, I'll get my oatmeal out and put my cinnamon next to it and just get myself ready. And it feels nice to kind of walk into your day and everything is prepped for you. So I like that. Another tip is to stay off my phone in bed at night. So that's another thing. I used to kind of scroll through emails and look at stuff on my phone while I'm lying on my pillow. And there's something about that's just not how I want to end my day. I don't want to like wake up and be on my phone, go to bed, have my phone in my hand like while I'm about to go to sleep. It just feels a bit like phone obsessed, and that's just not, when I picture me living my best life, that's not how I see myself. I don't want to be glued to my phone like that. I'm not somebody who thinks like, you know, oh, social media and phones are bad. Like, no, I love connecting with you guys. I love the opportunity that the internet has provided me, and I'm super grateful for it all, but it does have its time, you know, and right before bed, I don't want to be focused on what's going on the internet. I want to be present. I want to be grateful for the day I've just had, feeling excited for the next day, and then go to sleep. Another thing that I personally like doing is having a warm bath before bed. If you're someone who you find, like, I personally have no issue falling asleep. I'm really lucky that way. I can fall asleep like this. I fall asleep on airplanes. I fall asleep. I could just lean my head against the wall and fall asleep right now. Alex laughs that he can count down 3, 2, 1 when my head hits the pillow and I'm out. So I'm lucky that way. But if you find that you have a hard time getting to sleep, then essential oils can help. You know, lavender or eucalyptus or mint oil in the bath, and have a warm bath and just kind of chill yourself out. Maybe put on some calming music. One of my most viewed videos that I've watched on YouTube is the bamboo flute relaxation music. I play that all the time. That's my go-to bath music. And it's just, I think if you just Google or YouTube search bamboo flute relaxation, it's like the most viewed video under that. And it's so relaxing. That just like, it makes me feel like I'm, I don't know, at a luxury spa somewhere. It just takes me to another world and I love it. So I highly recommend that. And yeah, and maybe your habit is, you know, your reason for getting up earlier might be fitness. Maybe you really want to focus on your fitness and you want to get an early morning workout in or an early morning power walk. Then something that you can do is prep your gym shoes. Put them by the door. Put any little thing that you can do. Fill up your water bottle. You know, all these little things. Maybe write a little post-it note and say, woohoo, you're up at 5 a.m. You've got this! Exclamation mark, heart. You know, put a little post-it note with that on your fridge so that you see it when you know, go into your kitchen in the morning. Whatever it takes to kind of get you feeling your best, get you excited for that day, do it. These tiny little actions that might seem silly, when you do them consistently, it kind of feels nice to wake up and know that that's there for you and that's what you're waking up to. For me anyways, it just feels nice. And if something feels good, trust that and do it. Do more of it. Another thing is to keep track of your progress each day. So this is something that I shared with the 30-day challenge, the weight loss challenge. And it's that every day that you've done whatever it is that you're wanting to do, put an X on the calendar, or even just on a post-it note or an index card, put an X that day and then collect those X's, or you can do a star. So, you know, today's day 1, it's October 1st and I got up at 5 a.m. So I get a star, or I get a gold sticker, or whatever I want to use. And then the next day, do it again, and the next day, do it again. And there's just something so satisfying about looking at that piece of paper and seeing, you know, 15 days in, wow, I've done that. 15 days in a row, I got up at 5 a.m. You know, last month I didn't do that, but this month I did. Like, there's just something so blatantly obvious about the progress that you've made that it feels very rewarding and it makes you feel proud of yourself. Because I don't know about you, but I am someone who can minimize my successes and, you know, over exaggerate the shortcomings that I have. So like I'll do something great and I'll be like, yeah, I've done that. But then I'm like, no, like that's a big deal. I accomplished something big, and I need to recognize that, and I need to, you know, focus on that a little bit. And it does make you feel better if you're feeling like you're down on yourself, hard on yourself. Many of you commented in the comment section, like, I only did 5 days of the challenge, or I only did 7 days of the low calorie density weight loss challenge. And I you know, made a point to comment and say, that is huge. Like, that is something to be proud of. You know, just because you didn't do 30 days doesn't mean you still didn't accomplish something that is worthy of being proud of. And so just taking the time to do whatever it is to recognize that. If it is gold stars that you want to give yourself, or hearts or whatever, then do that. It really does make a difference. And it just, yeah, it helps make this whole process of working on yourself and working on improving your routines and creating healthy, positive habits, it makes it even more fun. And that's all for today. If you have any recommendations of types of things that you want me to share with you on my channel, things that you find helpful, then you can always feel free to reach out to me. You can message me on Instagram or comment here. Let me know. And I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a very happy start to this new month, and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.